Hey everybody, happy Monday. It's been a long day. I hope that you are doing well. Looks like we are live. Let me make sure the sound is turned off on this so it doesn't interrupt us and lay it out of the way. All right. It is Monday, June the 3rd. Where on earth has time gone? I looked over at my calendar and realize it is in May. Yes, I've been in the craft room. No, I haven't taken time to change the calendar until just right now. So happy June the 3rd, Monday. Thank you everybody who has placed orders and has helped Mickey grow in color a little bit. I appreciate each and every one of those orders. If you are watching, and if you have not yet, please like and subscribe to my video or to my YouTube channel. That way you will get notifications every time I go live in YouTube. I'm trying to start a new little practice of letting you know on Facebook when I'm going live over here. It will be as close to 7:30 as possible on Monday evenings. That's just the way life rolls around here. Sometimes it can't be right at exactly 7:30. So tonight, though, we are going to play with a new stamp set. Again, it's butterflies. Imagine that. I have not mounted this stamp set, but we are going to play with sketched butterflies. Also, if you want to know what's going on in the life of myself and Homegrown Stampers, subscribe to my email newsletter. I try to send newsletters out every time it gets ready for a card class. Anytime Stampin' Up offers a promotion, just a little bit of what's going on, I try to send an email with my calendar of events. And speaking of, I did get my happy mail sent out, my thank you cards for every order that was placed in May. And since that time, I've gotten the opportunity to add an event, which is to be a vendor at the first annual Blackberry Festival hosted by the Presbyterian Church of Powell. That will be on June the 22nd. And it opens at 8 in the morning because they're doing a 5K. And then some, they're going to have, I talked to the lady today and she said probably around 70 vendors in their backyard field area, like behind the church in Powell. It's the, let me see, so I get the name of it right. Do I have it on my calendar already? No. I can find it really quick. Just 1 second. I want to make sure I get the name right. Powell Presbyterian Church. It's on the address is 2910 West Emory Road. So it's really easy to find if you just go on West Emory past the middle school. So it's between the middle school and the high school. If you're coming from Clinton Highway, it's on the right. And that will be June 22nd from 8 until 2. So there's that. But again, if you click the like and subscribe, and also in the comments below the video, there's a a link. That's what it's called. A link to subscribe to my email list. And I will send all of that information this week. So I don't want to promise tonight, but it will be this week. I will send an email with an updated calendar of events for Homegrown Stampers. All right, you come to watch me do a card, but we're going to do two using sketched butterflies. So let's point the camera down. And down. All right. Let's get this all lined up. I have an extra piece of paper here because we are going to use blending brushes. If you look at your catalog on page 68, I can show you the inside now because it's live. We're going to kind of copy this one. I wanted to show you that in two different colors and show you how you can get your inspiration from the catalog. So we're going to start with one, and you pull the backing off of these. I'll show you how to mount the stickers on those. You need a block. We're going to use a D size block. If you can see that D right there. Let's see if it works better with a piece of paper under it. Not so much. That's right there. There you go. That's our biggest, not our biggest, but that is the most common size block that we'll use. We are looking for the shape of that one. It's this one. We're going to peel it completely off of the sticker sheet. Lay it on there. Peel those pieces of paper off. The stamps were laying in my way. This is not what we're going to start stamping first. And then I've got the stamp there. I'm lining it up. Can you see? And just stamping it down. So now the sticker is on the stamp. Voila. Need to see it again? We're going to use this phrase. It's that one about birthdays. Wishing you a beautiful birthday. This one is a C block. Peel the paper off. Sometimes repetition is great. And if I have it in more than one video, then I feel like that will help more of our Stampin' friends as well. So you can see the outline of the sticker shape on there. And then I've got my stamps the same direction. And then I just kind of line it up over there, knowing where it's going to land. And there we have it. This is a butterfly. Another C block will work. It's this butterfly. We're just going to do the stamps that we're going to use tonight, and I'll do the rest later. Again, just peel it off of the sticker sheet. Peel the backing off. Line it up on your stamp. Set it to the side. This has 4 little butterflies on it. If I counted correctly, I believe I did. I'm going to peel it this direction. I'm going to put it on a D block. And by me doing it on several stamps, then you don't have to rewind the video. Let's get them all off of there. You can see them on this. I wanted you to be able to see the whole sticker. And then just line it up over your stamp after you've pulled the paper off of it as well. And there you go. And they're all lined up on there. Okay. That's the stamps we're going to use tonight. Let's do a little bit of work. All right. We are going to do our best to kind of copy the one that's on page 68 of the annual catalog. So I've got a little blending brush because I already have green on it. We're going to use Summer Splash. Don't know if that's the exact color they used or not, but that's the color we're going to use. Get some ink on there. And I'm going to start in the middle because that's kind of where I'm going to cover up some of that blob. And just put some color around that. Usually I would start off and then come on to the paper, and that's what I should have done. I will do that with the other one that we're going to do. So as little or as much ink that you want on there. And then I just kind of run it on my paper until I don't have any ink on my blending brush. All right, that's all we're going to use on that one. Put it to the side. Put this one to the side. We're going to do Highland Heather with this one. We'll just do two at a time. Some ink on my blending brush. That's the bigger one. This will give you a difference in the size. A mini and a big one. You get 3 in each pack. And this time I will start off the paper. Looks like I need a little bit more. I'm gonna have it come over here. As little or as much. You can always add to, you can never take away. So if you don't want it super dark, don't make it really dark. And then again on the paper, there we have it. And I left my black ink pad out there that I wanted to use. So we're just going to use the Memento ink pads. All right. Oops, I need one more butterfly. And I've got some ink on the paper, on the glass mat over here. All right, let's stamp the butterflies on this first, and then we will do the other that we need. Because those need to be stamped on different pieces of paper. All right. This one is going to go. I can't see. Like right here. I was trying to do it almost exactly like the catalog, but you're never going to get exact. Let's put some butterflies down here. And then another one there. And you can mask. So I'm going to put one right there. Oh, not dark. All right, we're going to do that one again. That's how that works. So fresh free, no, Highland Heather. Start on the paper. Make sure you get it in the Highland Heather and not on the memento. All right. Close that up. Lay it over here so we don't put our hand in it. Okay, let's see if I can figure out how they've got. Oh, I see. I see. All right, got some ink on these guys. Here we go. Some more ink on them. Let's put these guys right here. And then using that as a mask, make sure we got some ink. And then there we go. That will have a piece of paper over it, like for the sentiment. Let's try this again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 butterflies, 4 butterflies. And let's put this one right there. Perfect. Okay. So we're done with those 2 pieces. Let's get some scrap white. I know that looks like an awfully big piece for a piece of scrap, doesn't it? But it is. So we are going to stamp this one 2 times. So we have one for each. Oh, sorry. For each card. 2. That's not very dark. 2. And then we're going to stamp this one twice as well. You can kind of tell it's missing out of the middle. There we go. 1. 2. And then the other one, we won't mount it, but I do want to stamp it. Taking that paper backing off will allow it to hold on to the block. And then we need one for each card. There we go. And then the last thing we need to stamp is our sentiment on, that looks like garden green, but we're going to use a different. It's not, no, shaded spruce is too dark. Garden green it is. Because we got scraps. Let's do, it's too thick. That sentiment is about 2 inches long. It'll fit right on there like I want it to. So let's cut it at, let's do 3. I'm gonna do 3 1/4. Again, just kind of eyeballing the picture of the card in the catalog, guessing at measurements. That's going to work. So let's stamp our sentiment on these. Thank you for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Each and every time I see somebody watching, it makes my heart smile. And that did not stamp dark at all. Let's flip it over. I do not know what is going on with this. Okay, let's try it again. That'll work. I might need to add some memento to it. Let's see if we can get this one stamped. That'll work too. All right, leave them stacked up right there. I'm going to trim off a little bit of this to make it a little more narrow. So that'll make it about 1.5 inches. Actually, it's about 1.25 inches. Go. Let's do the same to this one. I have my guillotine paper trimmer on the setting on the end of the desk because I like cutting with it. All right, now we're going to use the dies that come as part of the bundle for this. And speaking of bundles, Stampin' Up! Is offering a 10% discount on bundled items that are in the catalog and the online store. So I know I need this one. You can tell I haven't used them. And that's why we're playing with them tonight. And that one. And that one. All right. Not using that guy. And that gives us 2 of each of the other ones. All right. Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Plates are well loved. This little one goes here. You can put a piece of Post-it note on there or washi tape or whatever to hold those in place if you don't trust yourself to let them stay in place or help them stay in place. Off. And I always, oh, that one slid. That one you would probably want to use your washi. But it will be totally okay. So let's lay these guys at the top. I always work from left to right. It's just a habit. So let's try this again. We're not going to restamp. We're going to use what we got. I'll show you how to use the washi. I know where it's at. It's not washi. I'm using Post-it tape. I bought the wrong size, so I'm not complaining if I use more than necessary, because that's really too thin. All right, and then let's put some on this one. Don't buy 1/8 of an inch. No, that's it says 1/6 inch. Hold that where you want it, and then put the tape on it. It usually lives up there, is why I reached over there. So, okay. Now our top plate. I tend to keep one plate for the top, cut on the bottom one until it is almost beyond use. And then, of course, flip it back and forth, like keep flipping it over to keep it from warping. And then when this one is no longer usable or is leaving too many marks on my paper, my top plate will become my bottom and I'll get a brand new one. So it saves a lot of wear and tear, and you get extra life out of your cards or your cutting plates. Lay these over there out of my way. I'm opening the catalog back up. All right, I'm gonna get Summer Splash and Fresh Freesia blends. Highland Heather, the light. Oh, I'm getting markers because my blends for the other one are in the other room. I'm just going to color in these butterflies real quick. And this will also allow you to see the difference in the marker and the blend that I'm going to use on that side. Since I'm not sure where my sentiment is going to land on here, I'm just going to color them all in quickly. We're not going to color in the ones that I just cut out of the Stampin' Cut with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. They're going to stay white. All right. And then this is a great way to batch your projects too. This is the light Highland Heather. So if you're making multiples, if you do the same step, they go a whole lot faster on all of your card projects. Or I feel like they do. Instead of doing one start to finish, it's like, okay, let's do all the coloring, all of the stamping, well, stamping first, all the coloring, all the cutting, batch them. All right, there's that. And I know some people like it, some people don't, but we're using white card bases. I'm just gonna see what it looks like. Yes, the blends are faster and easier to use. I totally agree with that, Gail. But mine for that color was in the other room, so I didn't want to be off camera too long. All right, there's one. Fold it. These are standard card sizes for the US, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. Gonna make sure I've got the opening in the correct place. I do. Let's put our pieces on. Blends do color a whole lot faster. This piece is 4 by 5.25. I probably used too much glue, but you know, I want it to stay on my project. Don't want the humidity helping it fall off. All right, and now we're gonna pop these little guys out. Well, I know where my dies are, and I put them on their magnetic sheet when we get done. All right, this one is gonna have, the bigger one is gonna go about right here on both of them. And then this one. Yep. There. Again, I'm copying off of one of the cards that is on page 68 in the catalog to show you that you don't have to come up with your own design and that you can change your colors and it looks perfectly fine and dandy. Dimensionals. I know there's some over here. Go. Gonna put the sentiments on dimensionals. And I know, again, I probably used too many, but I want them to stay popped up. Make sure I get it on the correct side. Middle. There we go. Then I've got this cute little cup that I've been filling up with the backings and strips of backings. So hopefully they don't get carried to the other room, but you know what? They always get carried to the other room. There's that one. Make sure your sentiment is the correct direction. And then pop some adhesive on this. We don't want to put too many dimensionals on because the post office frowns on it if it's super thick. And that is probably way more glue than needs. So because this one's off a little bit, I'm going to trim it. So it doesn't look like it's got as much white space there. That fixed it. Let's borrow some glue from his friend. And then I'm going to stick a dimensional under that wing. There we go. Just like that. You are welcome to that cup idea. I have another friend who uses little plastic cups that are like they're maybe an ounce, 2 ounces that you can get at the Dollar Tree or dollar store. And because they're plastic, they have a little bit of static. So it really pulls the dimensional backings into the cup. And there you have it. There's the 2 cards. Let me show you the one on page 68 again and see if I got close. There we go. Oh, let's add some bling. Add some bling. I see the bling. That used a yellowish kind of bling. What bling did they use? We're going to use a different one. One doesn't have any purple in it. There we go. So use whatever bling you got. This is the Tinsel Gems 3-pack. And I'm going to use those and those. One, two, three. One, two, three. There we go. Now the cards are complete. And those were quick and easy. I like them. I'm not sure how I feel about the garden green in the middle, but it's okay. So there you have it. I'll take pictures and post them on the little thumbnail so that if you want to come back and watch the YouTube live, you'll be able to find it quick. And I'll also post them over on Facebook. All right, let me stop the screen share. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for the comments. I love being able to look up and say, oh, there is really somebody out there watching as I'm doing them. So again, if you want to know what's happening in the world of Brenda and Homegrown Stampers, subscribe to my email. I promise not to blow it up. I might send one or two. You might get one a week, maybe. You might get a couple more this week because we're leading up to card classes. But I hope you have a great week. Do something fun for yourself. Pick a card out of the catalog and copy it and post the picture under the picture that I'll post over on Facebook or in our group. If you don't want to share where everybody in the world can see, post it in the Homegrown Stampers VIP page. And we will look forward to seeing your designs. Use what you have. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you again soon. Do something fun for yourself